Up North at 4 with Nate and Jeff starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Nate Myhock and welcome to Up North at 4. Today we'll hear from the Anago Chamber of Commerce and also meet the newest mayor in the city of Merrill. We'll get to all that in a bit, but first, here's your top 4 at 4. Sometimes a situation requires you to call in the experts, and after a cattle truck crashed along a highway in Illinois, a bunch of bovines got loose. So in order to get the cows under control, the state police had to turn to cattle wranglers. It took 11 people, 5 horses, 4 pickup trucks, and a stock trailer just to get the job done, but it did get done. In my mind, there's no scarier movie that's better than The Shining, and now the famous axe from that scene is up for auction. It is actually a lightweight version of a real axe, just so Jack Nicholson didn't get too tuckered out while swinging away. It's expected to sell for about $100,000, but I might need to get my hands on it just to keep Jeff Weller in line. Friday marks a sort of holiday around the world. April 22nd is Earth Day. It began in 1970 over concerns of air pollution. It's taken on a bigger significance in recent years with climate change. A fun fact for you, the beginning of Earth Day has a Wisconsin connection, as Senator Gaylord Nelson was the one who proposed the original idea. Earth Day isn't the only celebration taking place today. Today is also Jelly Bean Day on the calendar. Nobody is really sure when the candies were created, but they bloomed in popularity during the Civil War. And our resident jelly bean expert, Jeff Weller, he's always got some on him, so while he tells us about the weather, I want to see how many jelly beans I can fit in my mouth. Jeff.
Hey, Nate. Well, we made it. The weekend is here. A couple of sprinkles are out there right now. This is along a warm front that's going to really give temperatures a boost tomorrow, up near 70. But for right now, that front is separating the men from the boys, because look at these temperatures across the region. We have 40s here and mid-90s across parts of Kansas and Nebraska today. Now, no 90s for you anytime soon, but tomorrow, 70 is not out of the question. And whenever you have temperature differences like that, you get something in the atmosphere, right? It's always trying to correct itself. Well, we have clouds and the storm system. It's right there across the west. This thing means business as well. So the first edge of that is working its way through right now. Mostly bumping into dry air across Wisconsin. There's a couple of sprinkles and showers out there. It's not a big deal. Heavier rain, though, likely later on tonight in the early parts of tomorrow, and then again maybe tomorrow night too. And any of those tomorrow evening could contain some gusty winds, small hail, and brief heavy rain. But walk you through it, here we go. Lots of showers out there later on tonight, most likely after midnight. Here's midnight or so. And then tomorrow, that front's going to go north of us over Lake Superior. That puts us on the warm side of the system. It'll likely keep us dry tomorrow before a cold front approaches from the west tomorrow evening. That's going to swing through tomorrow night, likely giving us a couple active thunderstorms tomorrow night before cooler temperatures arrive. So here's the trend. 71 tomorrow, 62 on Sunday, but then those are 40s back in the forecast on Monday. Our forecast then tonight, though, is cloudy skies and mostly cloudy skies. A couple of thunder showers out there with low temperatures down near 42. Your full forecast at 5 o'clock.
Olson Solar Energy would like to thank everyone who has trusted us with their local solar installations. And to those of you still considering solar, give us a call to set up a free evaluation and get your project booked in 2022. Discover the benefits of a lower or no energy bill and take advantage of federal tax credits. The time is now. Go green, save green with Olson Solar Energy.
In the military, we call it dereliction of duty. Ron Johnson is supposed to serve Wisconsin. Instead, he served himself. An investigation found Ron Johnson pushed through a special tax loophole that benefited his own family's business. Then he cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since taking office. That's a dereliction of duty. Tell Ron Johnson to stop passing tax laws that benefit himself.
Nicolet College is the smartest start to your bachelor's degree. With university transfer, choose from 2 associate degrees, 7 pre-majors, or even earn a degree online. Then transfer to any of the University of Wisconsin colleges or hundreds of other universities. By starting close to home, you'll save thousands in reduced tuition and housing. Choose the smartest start to your 4-year degree. Choose Nicolet College.
Visit Wildberry Market, the premier natural food store in the Northwoods, for all of your organic food and health needs. Grab a healthy lunch on the go, made fresh daily by our deli. Eat well, live well, be well. Wildberry Market in Minocqua and online.
Come out to Northern Pines and leave the cooking to us. Have a cold drink and relax as you enjoy the beautiful view of the lake and great food. Try our Friday night fish fry and seafood buffet. Come out to Northern Pines on Butternut Lake.
Welcome back to Up North at 4. Dina Grabowski from the Antigo-Langlade County Chamber of Commerce joins us now to talk about a very exciting event taking place next weekend. It's the Wine Walk. I believe this is the first ever, am I correct?
It is the first. It's the Sip and Stroll Wine Walk in downtown Antigo.
So what exactly is a wine walk? I feel like we just need to clear the air here.
Yeah, so a wine walk is where you have multiple locations, businesses throughout the downtown area that have wine available at their store, and then the participants will get a passport. And all of those businesses will be listed in the passport, and then they stop at each place to sample the wine. They get to have some appetizers and get their passport stamped.
All right, Tina, you're speaking my language here. I'm picturing kind of a high-end pub crawl is what we're going with this, right?
Yes, that's a great way
of doing this. So there'll be many places to stop. Obviously, all the businesses downtown are engaged with this. And this is all an effort to bring people to downtown Antigo, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, we've got a lot of new businesses, a lot of old businesses that have been there for many years. So we just want to get exposure to the downtown and bring people down to visit and get into the stores and the shops and the businesses.
And we were talking before too, downtown Antigo has gone through kind of a revolution recently, right? A lot of new businesses coming in. They've redone the actual, the streets themselves. So is this like the first really big event that kind of brings these new businesses kind of together in a way?
I would say bringing them into the businesses, yes. Last June, there was a downtown event, kind of like a party just to celebrate the downtown. So this would be kind of the next one. We do have our winter events that we put on, but they don't bring in the business into the people into the businesses.
Gotcha.
So this will be drawing them into each of the.
It would draw me in.
Yes.
All right. Well, sometimes people think of Antigo as kind of maybe off the beaten path a little bit. That's not a bad thing, right? It's kind of tucked in over there. It's perfect. You have a lot going on. So not just this next weekend, next Saturday, but what else is happening in Antigo these days?
Well, there's always a lot of events coming up in the summer. We've got the race is happening again at the Langlade County Fairgrounds. That's in June. We got the fair in end of July.
That's one of the best fairs around, too. It really is a great fair.
That is amazing to hear. I love our fair.
Yeah,
it's actually really
great. I was there for the races a couple years ago, and I have zero interest really in stock car racing, but I was just having such a blast.
We took our show there a couple years ago as well, and it was so much fun.
It is so much fun. So, but I also needed to ask you, where is this wine coming from? Are people supplying it? What's going on with
We
the
have
wine?
a local winery in downtown Antigo.
You do?
So yes, we do.
I never knew that.
Yes, see, that's why you need to come to the wine walk. To learn about all these really amazing businesses that we have. So we're using our local winery, and then we've got 3 other wineries that we're using, neighboring wineries, to bring in more wine, because we've got, it's limited to 300 people.
Okay.
You can still register, so definitely go to antigochamber.com to get your tickets. And then it'll go from like Lincoln Street all the way down to like Field Street. So is the walk.
So antigochamber.com is where to go for more information. You can still register, capped at 300.
Yes.
But that would be amazing if we got 300 people, right? Because that's the mother of pub crawls right there.
Yeah. We are.
Yes.
We're getting close, so we're hoping that to get tickets.
Are you? So we already sold lots of tickets.
We've already sold lots of tickets. We've been selling them for a few weeks.
Okay.
You purchase them online. So everything's done pre-event, and then you'll just check in the morning. You'll get your passport. You walk through. You get it runs from 3 to 7 p.m. So it's a 4-hour walk.
Okay. It's a lot of cardio.
Yes, and it's a long walk, so I encourage everyone to dress comfortably, wear comfortable shoes.
Looks like 60 and sunny next Saturday.
We like to hear that. Yes.
Knock on wood.
Yep. Now just keep that.
Right.
We're gonna hold it.
And you said they get the punch books, right? So
they're called. We're calling them tasting passport. A tasting
passports.
High-end pub crawl.
And then they go to their sip stops. We're calling them sip stops.
Oh, I love that. Is there like any incentive to hit like every single place at all?
Yes. If you hit all of them and you come back at the end and turn in your fully stamped passport, they're getting a wine tumbler.
Oh.
And then you call a cab.
Yeah,
No,
you would need.
we are working with the Safe Ride Home program, so if anybody does need a ride, we've got them on call.
It is safe, it is responsible, the whole
Yes,
nine
and they
yards.
must be 21 also to participate in the event.
Of course.
Yeah. And then last question that I had for you, Dina, before we let you go. If anyone is interested, where can they find more information? Where can they buy tickets? And also, where should they be stopping out for this wine tour here?
You can get the tickets at anagochamber.com, or you can go to our Anago Facebook page. You can also find information on there as well. And then what was your last question?
Where they got to find more information. Where should they start? Where are people starting on the day of?
You're going to start at Harper's Mercantile to check in and get your passport and your wristband, because we will be IDing everybody.
Yeah.
So they'll get the wristband, then they can. There's no order. You can start and end wherever you want.
Awesome.
And then they'll end at the Wild Epitome, which is our winery. And we'll collect the passports, you'll get your tumbler, and then we've got a couple raffles that your passport will also be entered into.
I love this.
I love this too.
So-
Jeff and I
so
might
you're
have
signing
to.
up?
Jeff and I might have to sign up and sit.
I'm
Put, like,
leaving
ghost
you this beautiful poster.
Yes.
Put like GoPros on us and see how long we last.
So all you gotta do is scan the QR code and you can register.
Not very long. Thank you, Dina, for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you for
Really
inviting
looking forward to us. We'll be right back here on Up North at 4.
Research shows that adding menthol actually makes tobacco more addictive, and this is a real issue. Tobacco companies have been targeting low-income neighborhoods and racial and ethnic groups for decades. Tobacco is changing parents. We've got to keep up.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably served and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
This is the purpose-built Ford F-150. It's a beast with brains. It's got, you know what? Skip this video. Go see one at your local Ford dealer.
Get here to know F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for yourself. Then get one your way with a custom order that receives priority, plus an extra $1,000 bonus cash and incentive protection, guaranteeing you the best offer now or at delivery, all on a Ford, built for you, by you. Order your 2022 F-150 to lock in a great offer, plus get an extra $1,000 retail order bonus cash.
Our kids have to navigate a world that is crowded with flashy tobacco products and manipulative tactics most parents don't know anything about. Tobacco companies are working hard to keep young people hooked and parents out of the loop. Tobacco is changing parents. We've got to keep up.
And welcome back to Up North at 4. I am joined now in our Zoom meeting area with Steve Haas, the newest mayor of Merrill. And I just got to start there. How many times have you said Merrill mayor as often as you can? Because that's kind of a tongue twister.
It is very hard to say. Yeah, I catch myself all the time. Yeah,
it is a little difficult. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I just got to ask, where were you when you found out? Was it a phone call? Was it an email? What was the process like on election day to find out that you had won the race?
We were at a local establishment downtown, and me and the city clerk that got elected were together down there having our parties down there, and we had a team kind of watching the elections, and a couple of them went to the polling places before and got a printout, so we kind of had an idea where we were. But once we had our computers and our phones down there monitoring the election results, and once they started coming in, we were both very excited.
I can imagine. Was there ever a moment for you during the election night where you started to think like, oh, like this is really real. This is happening. I might win this thing.
Yeah, it got real fast down there when they announced a couple of the districts that were the bigger districts coming in, and I was ahead in the polls then, and I was like, this might happen. I mean, we had 4 or 5 districts and I was ahead in the polls, and I'm like, okay, this is a good sign. So
you're starting to feel pretty good, I can imagine. Totally.
Yes. Yeah.
And obviously a lot of our viewership is spread out all over the Northwoods. So obviously people in Merrill are familiar with you. They're familiar with your campaign. But just kind of give the rest of us a little bit of a background. What was sort of your platform that you were running on to become the mayor of the city of Merrill?
A lot of it was to give the voice back to the people of the city so that they felt comfortable. I've been an alderman for 13 years, and people, even employees and citizens, have always said that I'm very approachable and things like that. So it was good to hear that. And that's kind of what I ran on, that and, responsible use of government money, TIF money, things like that, looking into it before we just dive in. And it worked. I mean, it was great. I'm happy, and I'm really looking forward to going through and doing some responsible development and being responsible with the budget coming up.
Absolutely. And what sort of plans then do you have? Like, if you could walk me through your goals, what are you hoping to accomplish, let's just say in the first month, and then the first 6 months, and then maybe the first year that you're in office? Where do you have your sights set for the city of Merrill?
The first month is going to be getting brought up to speed by, I'm going to go meet with a lot of the department heads and the people of the city, the employees. I've been being brought up to speed by City Hall employees right now of what's kind of been in the works. Things that I wasn't privy to as alderman, like deals in the works, stuff like that. 6 months down the road, we're going to be heavy into the budget already by then. So we're going to be really looking at what's going to be happening with state funding, federal funding, ARPA money, things like that. So and the economy is a big thing right now. We just, with the way inflation is, that's really going to put us in a spot we're going to have to posture to be ready for either way, how it's going to go.
I can imagine too. And you brought up the economy, the inflation. That's a huge thing.
Yes.
Talking about, especially within the past couple of months or so. Do you guys have any plans to sort of alleviate a bit of that stress on the people of Merrill, or is there any way that you guys kind of have to just ride out the storm, so to say?
Yeah, right now, with especially our fuel prices, we're going to be focusing more on labor-intensive jobs rather than, fuel. A lot of fuel, burning and stuff like that. It's going to be tough to get through and navigate this, but we'll get through it. I got a good team of aldermen behind me and a very good team of city employees and department heads.
Absolutely. So Steve, we're going to take a quick break here. We're going to get to know you a little bit more here after the break. So stay with us. We'll be right back on North at 4.
Now at Celcom, get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 or Galaxy S21 FE. Offer good April 1st through May 1st. Taxes due at sale. Restrictions apply. Visit Celcom.com/spring for details.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists and has helped over 1 million people. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Change it up and choose Dutch Boy from Menards. Get the best quality Dutch Boy paints at the best prices. Pick out the perfect color. We offer free custom color matching and tinting to create thousands of color options. And with Dutch Boy's easy opening, smooth pouring container, and no prep, no prime formula, transforming your home has never been easier. Pick up a gallon of Dutch Boy Forever interior flat paint for only $26.89 after sale price and 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
He's turned on working families again. Ron Johnson said no to bringing new jobs to Wisconsin. Now he's supporting the Republican plan that phases out Social Security and Medicare and increases taxes on middle-class families.
Time for Democrat Alex Lasry. Lasry says let's get more money into working people's pockets and cut their taxes. No wonder so many unions say Alex Lasry is the strongest Democrat to beat Ron Johnson.
I'm Alex Lasry, and I approve this message.
Now at Celcom, get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 or Galaxy S21 FE. Offer good April 1st through May 1st. Taxes due at sale. Restrictions apply. Visit Celcom.com/spring for details.
And welcome back to Up North at 4. We're sitting down with Steve Haas, the newest mayor of the city of Merrill. That is a tongue twister, but I got through it. I appreciate you taking the time. Previously, you had mentioned that you were an alderman for, was it 13 years? In the city of Merrill?
Yes.
What exactly led you to going from alderman to now saying, hey, I kind of want to run for mayor? What was that thought process like?
Oh, I got elected as an alderman back in 2004, and then I ran until 2014, and then I took a step back for a while. But the last 6 years of that, from 2008 to 2014, I was council president, so I was really involved, and you are the personnel and finance chairperson. You kind of know what's going on. I took a step back for some personal reasons, and the alderman that took my spot approached me and said that he was going to resign at the time, and if I should think about if I wanted to get back in, now would be a good time. So I applied and got put back in by the council at that time, and then I won the election again after that. I always had aspirations to be the mayor, especially once I got to be council president. I just really love this town. I'm born and raised here. I'd really love to see it continue to grow and prosper like it is.
Yeah, and you mentioned you're born and raised in Merrill. So what kind of advantage do you think that gives you as a mayor to sort of say like, hey, I was born and raised here. I'm a hometown guy. I love this city. I love the people in this city. Do you think that kind of gives you an advantage over maybe other candidates who don't have that background or don't have that experience of living in the city for their entire lives?
Yeah, I do, because I know a lot of the background of what happened and what has worked in the past and what hasn't worked in the past. I've got a good rapport with the people, and like I said, I really enjoy talking and being with people. Part of my regular job is a salesperson, so I'm constantly involved with working with people and just listening and things like that. And I think that's really what people want. They want to be heard, and they want to be able to say, hey, this guy really listened to me and he put some plans into action. Absolutely. And obviously the city of Merrill has your back voting you into office. But I got to ask you some hard-hitting questions here. I got to do my due diligence. Okay. Ask you some hard-hitting questions about the city of Merrill. All right, I'm going to quiz you a little bit. Don't get too comfortable, Steve. These are some tough ones. Okay. You know Chips Burgers, right? Very popular. Oh, yes. First question I have for you is multiple choice. What is the slogan of Chips Burgers? Is it A, chip up, B, have a chip-tastic day, C, have a chipperific day, or D, we'll see you next time? C, have a chipperific day. Go. All right. I gave you an easy one to start. Do you have a go-to order whenever you go to Chips at all? I've been getting the chicken sandwich lately. So do you think, can we get in touch with the people at Chips? Maybe we could start calling that the Steve Haas special. Is that something you'd be down for? I'll see what I can. No. Not with having the chicken burger. No. All right. Here's the next one for you. It's a little bit of a history question. Okay. So the city of Merrill was named after Sherburne Merrill. Okay, that was in 1899. What profession was he involved in? Was he with the railroad industry, the logging industry? Was he a fur trader, or was he a blacksmith? I believe he was in the logging industry. He was not. He was in the railroad industry. That was surprising. Okay. I feel like a lot of towns around here, you get the logging industry involved. That was a bit of a tough one. All right, I'll let that one slide. The third one, I'm a sports guy here. All right. Are you okay? I'm assuming. What's up? Are you a big sports fan, I'm assuming? Oh, yeah. Yep. Brewers all the way. Love that. So I got a sports question for you revolving around the high school in Merrill.
So Merrill girls basketball, they have a long, rich history. They've made 7 state tournament appearances during their time. When was the last one? I'll give you a bit of a hint. It was over a decade ago, but it was in the 2000s. Any idea?
I would probably say about 2004.
You're close, 2007. So it was around the time you got voted on to become the alderman, but I'll give you that one. That one again. We're going deep into the annals of history of Merrill.
Right.
That one slide. 1 out of 3 isn't bad. I would have done 0 out of 3 if it was flip around. So, Steve, I really appreciate you taking the time. I wish you the best of luck during your tenure as the mayor of Merrill, and hopefully a lot of the projects, a lot of the ideas that you have, you can get that done and accomplished. And hopefully we can talk soon in the future about those ideas as they come to fruition.
Yeah, I'd really appreciate that. Reach out anytime, and I'm more than willing to talk, and I really appreciate the opportunity to be on today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Steve. We'll be right back here on Up North at 4.
Guess who's making a splash? You're of Denard, of course. We make installing your dock easy enough for just one person, and you don't even have to get wet. With our piers, there's less maintenance, no rust, and no fuss, because we're factory direct. Made in St. Germain, come and visit us.
For decades, Washington politicians have promised to lower the cost of prescription drugs. But every year the prices go up. Why? Because Republicans like Ron Johnson, and let's be honest, too many Democrats don't have the guts to stand up to the pharmaceutical companies. I'm Sarah Godlewski, and I will. I want to bring practical solutions to Washington. That's what I've done as state treasurer. I'm Sarah Godlewski, and the big drug companies may not approve this message, but I do.
Saturday, April 30th, the Wisconsin Department of Justice will be holding a free prescription drug take-back event. If you have unused or unwanted medications, ointments, patches, non-aerosol sprays, inhalers, vials, or pet medication, clean out your cabinets. Don't let your old medication fall into the wrong hands by disposing of unused or unwanted medications properly. For more information on locations and accepted items, go to doseofrealitywi.gov. This information is brought to you by the Human Service Center of Forest, Vilas, and Oneida County.
Did you know a vented dirt crawl space is unhealthy for you and your home? Did you know it makes your home harder to heat and cool? A vented dirt crawl space is a breeding ground for mold and critters, and it affects the air quality of your entire home. Let SureDry protect your home. When it comes to crawl spaces, nobody does it better. SureDry will transform your crawl space into a dry, usable space to make your entire home healthier. Call SureDry today.
Enter a haven for European-style baking at Boulangerie in Tomahawk. Fresh breads, pastries, soups, salads, and more. The finest ingredients prepared from scratch with a fanatical eye for detail. Simply the best. You deserve Boulangerie.
Enjoy the serenity of northern Wisconsin all year long. First stop, Shquagaman Adventure Company. Skis, skates, snowshoes, and fat bikes. Kayaks, canoes, and paddleboards. Shquagaman Adventure Company. Stop by the store or visit us online.
Guess who's making a splash? You're of Denard, of course. We make installing your dock easy enough for just one person, and you don't even have to get wet. With our piers, there's less maintenance, no rust, and no fuss, because we're factory direct. Made in St. Germain, come and visit us.
All right, Jeff, another week in the books. It was a hectic week, but we got through it in one piece.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you at 5.
See you next weekend.